We're finally in a breather moment for the JRPG year, which is a great time for trying new things, and as someone who's been wanting to get into the Disgaea series at some point, and someone who enjoys Attack on Titan, especially in video game form, Disgaea RPG's current Attack on Titan event managed to intrigue me enough to try it in my downtime. The experience has been a lot of fun so far, turning the usual tactical and complex Disgaea gameplay into a turn-based affair that is easy to put a little time into whether you have a minute or an hour. With very bite-sized events contrasted by deep leveling systems, this strikes a good balance between what Disgaea is and a game you can play in the palm of your hand, along with even giving me some of the JRPG humor I've been looking for recently. Whether you're a fan of Disgaea or smartphone JRPGs, or you're curious about the current event, it's been a fun experience I've enjoyed giving a look. So in this video, I want to share my thoughts on the game overall so far, a little about the event, and a small surprise at the end for those who are considering trying this quirky smartphone JRPG experience. What always kept me from getting properly into Disgaea's deep tactical gameplay was the amount of tutorials I've found at the beginning of ones I've tried to play, so I was happy to fill that in the smartphone edition. It opened instead with quirky dialogue, tutorials that don't last long, and a bunch to play with that made it easy to jump into quickly, which is good as sometimes starting a new smartphone game can be overwhelming as well. It immediately embraces Disgaea's wicked themes of evilness in its netherworld, introducing the overworked Prinnies, characters from the series, and the nice cherry on top being that my first summon was a character who aspires to be the ultimate final boss, so naturally I love her. This set a very light-hearted tone that had me look forward to playing it, especially since I've been looking for something more humorous recently, and it finally managed to scratch that itch, as it never falls into taking itself too seriously. That felt just right for this kind of game. It of course features all the conveniences and smartphone game things you'd expect too. There's naturally a gacha mechanic that seems to be the average price and system that involves the typical use of a special currency to summon units in Disgaea's events, complete with the step-up style of gachas that I like that some games do these days. There's also auto-battle and speed-up mechanics that I tend to look for, as I used to sit many smartphone games on my desk at work smashing out rewards, so I like knowing that that's still an option. There's also plenty of character upgrading to be done with a questionable boy genius, and both an original story and ones that recap the main series stories that means there's a lot of things to see, and that's not even getting to its events themselves that are really bite-sized at around a minute long each, meaning you can play a little of this game whether you're in line for groceries or looking for a bigger chunk of time to kill that makes it easy to jump in and out of. As I mentioned, I like it as a more approachable version of Disgaea that's allowed me to get to know some of its characters and humor without feeling like I'm doing terribly with the many mechanics its tutorials tried to teach me. And while I hope I can overcome this feeling in console Disgaea at some point, it's nice to have been able to play with its over-the-top HP damage dealing and love of the word dude with more simple mechanics to start me off in its world. It's one I hope can help me transition in the series proper at some point, especially with the fact it can help me get caught up on the series too, so hopefully it might also be a way for other people to do the same, as the world definitely has a lot of amusement to offer if you get into it. The current Attack on Titan collaboration is what brought me into Disgaea RPG, as with good timing, I heard it was coming out right after I'd just burned through all the event stories in a certain favorite rhythm game of mine. I've also been lucky in the way I've been able to play this event though, as publisher Boltrend was kind enough to provide me with the Mikasa and Levi units so you guys can have a look at them in this video. And naturally, playing with the two stars of this event has been fun, even with the event being different to the kinds that I'm used to. The current event is split into a few parts, with the way I think of it being gacha, gameplay parts, and story. The gacha is the Mikasa and Levi one I mentioned, where you can pull for the two characters and crystals for upgrading or trading for other items. The gameplay is a special battle that you can do once a day, and also the colossal Prinnie raids that pop up as you complete any battle in the game, and the story is connected to these, with one story event being accessible before you play the special battle, and the rest being about 1 minute long story events in a small tab at the bottom of the screen that felt like they were over quickly, but did give some much needed context on why on earth Eren, Levi, and Mikasa made it to this world. In other games, I'm used to events that have much longer stories, so the short length of this event's story initially really surprised me. But if you're at all experienced with Disgaea RPG, this probably won't surprise you at all, as these Attack on Titan events are typical of what story moments usually are in this game, which is quick, witty, and without voiceover, but with fun script. And I can appreciate how accessible these are in a smartphone game, as you don't even need headphones or much time to enjoy a quick bit of Disgaea wit during the day. day. I think I still personally prefer longer and voice-acted events, but it's far better than having no story or context to why these characters are here, and it is something to do while stamina is recharging, although that's something that I never had an issue with while I was playing. And finally, you can also earn a little bit of premium currency by watching them, which is nice. As for the gameplay stuff, the two types of battles you can do couldn't be more different. One is a special battle with the event's characters and some pretties that gives good rewards but is over quite quickly if you have a half-decent party. The raid battle, however, is what I consider to feel incredibly Disgaea, complete with massive health bars and big challenge that will require you to have a much better party to even have a chance of taking down this colossal prinny. I never beat the prinny in the raid, but this game also has an amusing mechanic where it rewards you for your losses and damage taken, so I don't feel bad about it and can still look forward to getting some rewards. Also, the idea of this event isn't necessarily that you beat it by yourself, rather that someone finds this prinny by playing the game, and unless you can beat it yourself, you can request help to the community so that together and within the time limit, you can go and help each other take down its crazy HP bar by challenging it until you win or until time's up. As a beginner player, I felt like I wasn't much help with this, but it was at the very least a good vehicle for me to see some of the new skills that Mikasa and Levi use, especially since I did a lot of training with Mikasa in particular. So if you like a challenge, it could be fun to play with, and again, it's something you can also hit auto and high speed on during the day that means you can help people whenever these printies pop up pretty easily. All in all, it was interesting to see how another smartphone game handles events in a way that encourages you to explore the game overall, not just its event moments, as everything you do in Disgaea RPG, whether it be playing through the main story or otherwise, can help bring out one of these colossal pretties for everyone to fight together. And it's nice that no matter how you do it in the gacha, everyone can at least get a taste of how these new units play in its special battles or enjoy trying the big pretty challenge. And the fact that it has the inflated HP bars that encourage you to dish out equally ridiculous amounts of damage makes everything feel like the Disgaea I wanted to try, and has made being introduced to this world in a more simple form something I've really enjoyed playing. I'm glad this interesting event could help me find another fun smartphone game to keep on my roster for whenever I find myself with a bunch of free time out and about, and I hope to play more of the event, and also hope that this game can help to hype me up the next time we hear of a new Disgaea release in the main series. Even though it's a smaller version, I'm glad it manages to capture the essence of the series well, and I hope that those of you who decide to try it and this event enjoy this fun and accessible take on Disgaea's fun world that I look forward to playing more with. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried Disgaea RPG, if you're going to try this Attack on Titan collaboration that runs from May 17th until the 31st, and let me know what some of your favorite games from the series are too. And as an extra thank you for watching my video, Disgaea RPG's publisher Boltrend Games was nice enough to provide a code that you guys can use in-game to get some rewards. A code will be on screen right about now, and how to use it, along with the rewards you'll get for using it, that I think are pretty generous. And once again, a special thank you to Boltrend for offering this gift up to you guys, and of course thank you to any of you who support my content for making collaborations like this even possible, and I hope you all like the rewards, as it makes me really happy to be able to give them to you. As usual, you can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you. Bye!